It is off the dome. Liverpool versus everybody. This segment we try to do at least once a week, if not a couple of times. And today, of course, we have our good friend ANFIELDROAR. How are you, man?
Not bad, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. I wanted to discuss kind of a season review of sorts. I don't want to delve into the whole season. There's a lot to talk about there, but a few things I want to talk about is just we can go kind of player by player. And mainly the players who played a lot. So, for example, won't be really be talking too much about Lallana, Solanke, Ings, and stuff and things of that nature. But just going from goalkeeper, and not Mignolet either, to be honest, but going from goalkeeper, just overall, I know it's hard to really, well, maybe I shouldn't say hard, but how the Champions League final ended, I think some people could have certain feelings, maybe stronger feelings about Karius than they did if that didn't happen. But let's start with Karius and just talk to me about how you think he's developed under Klopp, and just how you think he did overall this season for us.
I mean, when he first when he first came in, obviously had a tough start, and then Mignolet took his place, and then the start of this season, I say last season, um, Mignolet took his place. He was playing the Champions League games, not making a lot of, he was doing good. He wasn't making mistakes. I remember actually one against Spartak Moscow, the free kick. I think it was. He should have saved that one.
Mm.
But he was doing quite well, and then you can see Klopp was trying to give him that confidence, and he started playing him in a few midweek Premier League matches near December time as well, and then against Man City got the nod, made the mistake, but then since then he was doing really really well, no mistakes at all. Um, his distribution was good, shot stopping was very good, and I mean the Roma game again, the first one wasn't very convincing. The Kolarov shot tipped it onto the bar. I know he saved it, but it wasn't convincing, was it? And that didn't give you that confidence. Again against Dzeko in the second leg for their second goal, pushes it to Dzeko, doesn't push it away from danger, and you can see a few, those mistakes coming back from him. And then in the final, I mean, that was his game to show Klopp that he doesn't need a goalkeeper. That was the game of his life. That was the game of his career to show Klopp that he's good enough for the football club, and he's blown it. And in what he did against Real Madrid, I mean, the first save, the first mistake, about save, he didn't make any saves in that match, but the first mistake, I don't know what he's doing there. This is the thing with Karius. He always rushes. He's got something that when I watch games with my dad or whoever I'm watching with, we always talk about it. He always rushes. I mean, against Man City away, I mean, I know Van Dijk was at fault for not clearing the ball away, but then Sterling pushes him off. But Van Dijk said him to calm down, and then Karius just throws the ball to him, and he needs to. I don't know what it is, confidence or mentality, whatever it is, but he needs to sort it out. He needs to sort that out. I'm not gonna swear, but he needs to sort it out because if he is, I mean, I still haven't got over the fact what he did, because to lose to Real Madrid, right? It's obviously they're a very good team, but to lose to Real Madrid, okay, you can take it, but to lose in that manner, giving goals
Hmm.
away like that, you just can't stomach it, can you? You can't take it in, because if you give 2 goals away to Real Madrid and they injure our best player, they injure our best player, but give them 2 goals away like that. Oh my god, I can't. That's the only reason that I haven't got over this final, because normally I normally do get over finals, but not losing like that, not losing like that. And for me, 4 out of 10. I don't care, because the biggest game of the season, he's blown it. And then if he's going to be our number two keeper and he's going to play a few matches next season, because I probably would keep his number two, let him play some of the FA Cup, League Cup games, not the finals though, because I know what managers do. If they play him a keeper in FA Cup or League Cup, they normally play them for the final as well. No, if we get Alisson, Karius can play these rubbish games. He can sit on a bench. That's his punishment. If he wants to go, he can go. If not, whatever, whatever. I'm so annoyed with these keepers right now. They've cost us so many points, and they've cost us a sixth European trophy.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more. Everything you said. I find it interesting that there's all of this kind of if people want to talk about you never walk alone and what that means. And listen, I get that, and I think to an extent, it's amazing what Klopp's been able to do with this team, and they have kind of this kind of brotherhood. And you think about a brother making a mistake. And let's just follow me here. In life, that costs you something. You'll be pissed off, but then you forgive him. But with this, it's just so unforgivable because, like you said, a big game like this. Let's be honest. I mean, yeah, we deserve to get there, but if you follow what I'm saying, is we had no business being there. You look at our team, how broke down we were. We made it there by hook or by crook, and I'm glad we did. And that's a big story in itself. But to get there and, like you say, to have it just blunder away like that from a
Yeah.
keeper, I mean, it was him. There's no
And
other way to look
the
at
thing
that. It
is,
was all him.
yeah. Yeah, and
Go
Aaron, the
ahead, go
thing
ahead.
is, the team showed so much fight. I mean, listen, we were doing really well with Salah, right? Half an hour in, and then Salah went off. Obviously, shook the players, and we were in half time, 0-0. You know, regroup, we come out again, and then obviously in half time, Klopp must have had the word with them. They came out again, and then 3 minutes later, we go give that goal away. The team do so well again, come out, show that fight, right? They show that fight. Get the goal back. You're 1-1 right now. Bale scores that won the goal. Then Mane hits the post. Then again, Jeremy Chan comes on with 10 minutes, 83rd minute. Then you still have 10 minutes to go, try to get an equalizer, taking extra time. And he does that. It's too much for the players to come back down and then come back up, come
Yeah,
back up again. It's too much for the players,
yeah,
having those
yeah.
individual mistakes. And
No,
I
I
can't
agree.
blame. That's why I couldn't blame the players, because to be knocked down again, have to come back again with losing your best player and your goalkeeper giving 2 goals against a team that's now won the European Cup 3 times in a row. You can't. You're not going to beat Real Madrid that way.
Yeah. Thinking about the 2 finals we've been in, well, the Europa League and then this Champions League. And in both games, you can say they were down to a kind of a single player. I think Alberto Moreno in the
Yeah.
Sevilla game wasn't as polarizing as it is. I mean, this is
No,
just
no, yeah.
atrocious. This is, like I said, unforgivable. And I
This
really
is
don't
this is
see.
this is literally just one player. That one
Yeah, yeah.
was
I can't.
Alberto Moreno, but there was a few players as well mixing. This is literally one player that's cost us the final.
But it leads me to this. We talk about blame. When do we blame Klopp, or does he deserve blame? You go with these 2 keepers for as long as you've gone with them. Both of them are donuts. You know that. You got a supermodel in Karius, and then you got Mignolet, who's had way too much time. Neither one of them are #1 keepers. And Liverpool fans kill me with this whole don't be harsh. Listen, he just cost us a final. You know what I mean? I know Klopp is like, look, man, this is my 6th L, but this one's not my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so frustrating to get to that point and have it drop away. So, but I'm curious to ask your opinion on this. Do you give Klopp any blame for this? Because if you watch Liverpool all season, there's a couple players that are good for a mistake, and 2 of them are still in our starting 11. Yes, Lovren has improved, but he still has curious moments, or Lovren moments, whatever you want to call it. So, do we give Klopp a little bit of stick here for continuing to stay with him,
Yep.
because he's got to know what's going on? If we can see it, he can see it. So, how much
Yep.
do we give a blame to Klopp on this?
Yeah, I think. No, of course I'm not gonna listen. I love Jurgen Klopp. I mean, he's probably my favorite manager. I don't know. You could probably say since Rafa Benitez or probably Gerard Tulli. I love Jurgen Klopp so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't mean that I can't put blame on him, because I can for that. Because we've
Mm-hmm.
stuck with these mediocre players that have been costing us, and these players are backstab Klopp. Because if this was Mourinho,
Yeah.
if this was who else I'm talking about, Guardiola or whatever, these
Mm-hmm.
players wouldn't have stuck. Klopp, these managers wouldn't have stuck with those players.
Oh, hell
They
no.
would have gone out and they would have bought them and replaced them. I mean, for instance, Guardiola went and bought Bravo 1 year, didn't prove it. Bang, he was gone. Yeah, he's on the bench now.
I bring
Now,
that example up all the time. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Now you look at Klopp. He's given Karius that trust. He's given Lovren. I was at the game against Tottenham 4-1 at Wembley. I was there, and that was the worst performance I've seen Liverpool in my lifetime. Right, especially from an individual player. Right, for the first half an hour, that was so bad. Right, and then he picked him up and he put him back in the team again.
Yep.
Right, who from a big team, from a big top 6 club, which manager would do that? I can't think of any. I can't really think of any. Maybe Pochettino, maybe. But from what I can see, I can't really see any evidence. I can't really see any
Klopp
evidence.
stands alone with that. He stands alone with that shit.
Yeah,
Man.
and then
Stands alone with that shit.
that's why at the start I used to get really frustrated with Klopp, especially a couple of seasons ago, that he should stick with these players. But he's given these players a chance, and what they've done, they haven't taken it, and they've kind of put Klopp, given Klopp the blame as well. And I think Klopp, that's why he's looking at keeping it. I think he's given us chances, not chance, but chances. That's what our former keeper Bruce Grobbelaar was saying, carries as a second chance. What do you mean second chance? This has been his 10 billion chance. He's blown all of them. You know what I mean? So he's not good enough now. We have to get rid of these mediocre players, right, to win these big trophies. If we had Alisson, £80 million, Van Dijk can only take us to so much, £75 million. he took us to the final. We needed that 80, 70 million goalkeeper Alisson to take us to win the trophy.
Mm. Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't, and I like to feel like I'm, just as optimistic, and I want to be there for the players. But some of this shit has to end. And like you say, it's been too long that we have these mediocre players. And Klopp, that's one of the main criticisms for me is that he sticks with these guys. To come out and say Lovren is a world-class defender, you have got to be out of your damn mind. I mean, I get it. I know what you're trying to do, but come on, Klopp. We got to clean this shit up. Or we're not going to win. It's simple as that. And people can say what they want hearing this. They don't have to agree with what I'm saying or what you're saying, whatever. This is the passionate fans, and that's all we want is to be able to contend. We can't do that with players who aren't good enough. It's as simple as that. So those two guys specifically, like you said, Lovren single-handedly lost the Tottenham game. I mean, just 2 moments of just fuckery. Excuse my language, but I don't get it. I don't get it. So that's enough about Karius. We'll move on because I'm getting pissed all over again just thinking about him.
Let's just focus on a bit of positivity now.
Yeah, so let's go to we'll start with Gomez. I know he didn't play the whole season as right back, but he was kind of switching him and Trent, and then that was kind of one of the many big players for us that went down throughout the course of the season. So talk to me a little bit about Gomez, his development. Where do you see him playing next season? Do you hope to see him in a back 4, back 3?
Yeah.
Or do you hope to just see him still contending for that right spot?
Because if you go get another centre back right now, if you go get Lascelles or Tacos, whatever it is, if you get another centre back, right, we're gonna have Van Dijk, Lovren, Matip, the new centre back, Klavan maybe as well. That's 5, and Gomez. So where in the order is he gonna be? I don't think Klopp will do. Personally, I don't like a back 3 anyway. I've never been too keen on that. But in terms of this season, I mean, I think he's done very well because he's had those injuries putting him back, obviously, with Rodgers, and the season before they didn't do too. He didn't have a lot of game time. He's come and he's done a very good job. Because I remember the start season, we were about to loan him to Brighton, but then Klein got that injury, and then the Klopp kept him, and he's done very, very well. I mean, he's had those, lapses of concentration, which have cost us a few points and goals. But I mean, 20 years old now, 21. How is he? 21, I think. Yeah. Just hit 21. So I've been very, very happy with him, and with Alexander-Arnold as well. I mean, very, very good. Obviously, all these young players are going to have that, bits of concentration. But the thing with Alexander-Arnold, I remember in Pallet was the Man United game. He had he made a couple mistakes, where Rashford went in behind him. Same with Palace and Zaha, and then there were a few people worried about what Son is going to do to him. But I don't know if it was on my channel. I said that I thought Trent was going to have the game of his life because of Anfield, the occasion, the atmosphere, and I was pretty great. But I think for me, Trent Alexander-Arnold will be the first the first choice right back, in Gomez, I think, will play a lot of games right back again next season. But I think I'll definitely see him alongside Van Dijk next year. I want to see him learning with the best.
I think it'd be a travesty if it's any other way, to be honest. People will talk about Klein, but I'm sorry, Klein's in my peripheral now. I mean, I think he's a decent player and all that. I never really rated him that much, even before Trent came on the scene.
I thought defensively he was okay, but going forward, he doesn't offer the same kind of
nowhere near
that attack down the right hand side. Nowhere near as Alexander. The crosses, the delivery, I remember when the game against Roma, where Alexander-Arnold kept playing the ball to Salah, kept playing the ball to Salah. If that was Klein, he would have passed it sideways and back. I mean, but that's the thing, That's why I think that injury has really, really effed Klein up. That he had at the start, because Trent's come in and done. Not in terms of his fitness, but in terms of Alexander-Arnold's come in and done his job, and he's proved that he deserves to keep his place.
Yeah, the way I look at it is almost like a blessing in disguise for Liverpool. I mean, that sounds harsh, but the way we play, Trent is obviously the better option for Klopp. It's not even a question. The way we attack, Klopp wants everybody attacking. Hell, he wants the goalkeeper to fucking attack, pitch the ball out fast, which has been part of our problem. So anyway, no, I think I agree with those statements you said. I think Trent has to have the starting position at right back next season. I don't think there's any question about that. Hopefully, going into the World Cup, he'll be okay. No injuries. He probably won't play that much, but yeah, I definitely see him going in there. Okay, here we are, center back. So let's just quickly kind of go over I guess Klavan played the least. What do you think about Klavan? I know we spoke about him as far as keeping him or not. But
Standard.
how do you that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
standard.
tighty. Yeah.
I'd keep him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd keep him. Why not?
And then Matip.
Not a big fan of him, to be honest with you. I think
Yeah.
the thing with me when Van Dijk came, when Lovren and Matip used to come together, and a lot of fans, including me, when they used to play together, I used to think, okay, look, Lovren's not helping Matip out. I think Matip's a better defender. When Van Dijk comes in, he's gonna, do very well, Matip. But it's been the opposite way around. Lovren's played better with Van Dijk than Matip's played better with Van Dijk. So I think for me, I don't know. I'd probably keep Matip, but I think over the years, maybe I'd probably keep him this year, but a couple more seasons, I'd probably get rid of him. I'm not a big fan of him. I think he's weak. I don't think he's mentally weak, physically as well. I just don't see what he brings to the side. So I'm not a big fan of Matt, to be quite honest. I'll probably give him like a 5 out of 10 average.
Yeah, and honestly, I think we might be being kind about that.
Yeah,
I love Matip when he first came in, and
yeah, when he first came in, he was doing really well, wasn't he?
I don't know what that's about. Maybe it's I don't know, but he's just gotten soft like over a season. I don't get it. I don't get what it is. Somebody says Matip could get better with Van Dijk and Fabinho sitting in front of. That's true. That's true.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah,
he could. We have to see what happens, and I've been saying it a lot. Not that I think we shouldn't get a center back, but Fabinho for me is almost like a defensive signing. He's almost like another center back, and I feel like
we haven't had a player since Mascherano can stay in front and back four and protect them. 2010 when he left.
I mean, it's one of those things. I'm happy, but I'm still frustrated because it shouldn't have taken this long to get a controller.
8 years.
That's ridiculous. But you know what? Michael Edwards.
Better late than never.
No, yeah, I know. But you get what I'm saying. It's just like, Jesus Christ, why is it taking this damn long? But we got it.
Stupid.
So, Edwards is really moving in some amazing ways.
Yeah.
But I want to say this, and I'm kind of regretting to say because I don't want it to speak it into existence. But I kind of feel like we may not go for a center back after getting Fabinho. I think Klopp really believes in Dejan Lovren.
No, the thing is, if he does believe in him, that's not the point if he believes in him or not. The point is that Matip's got injury problems and Lovren has. That will leave us to only Clever and Gomez left.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that's common sense. So again, I hope I'm wrong.
I think he'll get center back. He has to. I don't know because I've said that for so long. But then Klopp's come out and done nothing about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like at this time, we know Klopp now. We love him. There's some parts of it that we don't like, and at the end of the day, we gotta accept that we have no choice. But I would hate to go into fucking preseason without a center back, let alone the season.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. The man who kind of came over and really saved some things, helped some things. He scored in his debut. Big Virgil, talk to me, man.
I love Virgil van Dijk. He's been a colossal since he's come into the club. Absolutely colossal. I mean, he's come in and he's straight away, we need the leader. First game, pointing his arms out, telling people to go against Everton. That's what you call a leader, not someone that's going to just do his job by himself or do it perfect. Someone that's going to organize some of these rubbish plays that we've had in our team for over the years, right? And that's what he's come in and done.
Straight away.
He's made Lovren look really, really well, and he's given him that confidence as well, hasn't he? I mean, you can see in interviews now, because I know Lovren loves a good interview, but he's come in and given everyone that confidence that defensively as a team, he's there as well. And for me, I don't care what anyone says. 10, I know not 10, I'm being a bit too nice. I mean, 11 out of 10 for me.
No. Van Dijk is. I mean, for me,
I'm being harsh giving Van Dijk a 10 out of 10. He deserves 11 out of 10. He took us to that final for me. He's one of the main. If we didn't have Van Dijk in January and we had Coutinho, right, we wouldn't have got to the final.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me,
that's my opinion.
I agree with a lot you're saying about Van Dijk. He has been amazing. At times for me. He takes the Rolls Royce description a bit too far. He's a little bit too. So that's good. Don't get me wrong. To be able to make the game look that easy, that's attractive. I mean, I like seeing that. But sometimes it's a bit too much. There's no way in a game that this small bite-sized Sterling compared to Virgil van Dijk should be able to push you out of the bounds and take the ball.
Yeah. That was his fault.
So
that was his fault. But the first part was Karius. That was his fault. But the first part
I know.
was
It goes back.
Karius.
It always goes back to Loris. I know, but I mean, I'm just saying he's a bit too calm sometimes. But that's probably being harsh. Other than that, he's been amazing.
I put the blame on him on that. Yeah. I put the blame on that.
Moving on, I'm gonna skip over Alberto Moreno. Unfortunately, I don't feel like we should talk about him. But Andy Robertson, another guy who just been amazing, came out of nowhere. Really, I mean, he really did. Let's be honest, no one really saw that. But it's funny, I say that, but then when we did see him, people kept saying, "Klopp, what are you doing? Why do you keep playing Moreno?" Moreno was playing okay. He was playing okay. I don't think he was as great as a lot of people tried to say he was. But you saw these glimpses of Robertson, and allegedly, apparently, it was about Robertson's defense wasn't good enough for Klopp. So just like, really? But Alberto Moreno's is okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't
I mean, yeah. If we can get Moreno, like if we can get Moreno, I'm not going to talk about Moreno. But I was just going to say if we can get that first half of Moreno on the bench again next season, I think that'd be a very good option for us off the bench if we can get that first half of last season. But on Robertson, right, £8 million from Hull. People are like, okay, we need a marquee left back, all this stuff. And I thought, let's give him time. And he had that day against Crystal Palace at home, didn't he? And he was man of the match. He put some fantastic balls. Amazing. I didn't see any defensive problems. Maybe in training, the club must have seen something because obviously we know what happens in training, all that stuff. And I was thinking, where has Robertson gone? He's disappeared, hasn't he?
Yep.
But Marino got that injury spot at Moscow. Looks like another blessing in disguise for Liverpool because he's come in and he's been incredible. Because going forward, he's been really good, and that's great because we've had a lot of left backs going forward that have been good. But defensively, that's what we needed for a long time, and he's offered that to us. We needed the fullback left hand side because we've gone over the years with Paul Conchesti, all these lot can't defend. Apparently, good at going forward, all this stuff. But we needed someone that can actually be in that team for what they're supposed to do and defend. And he's a fantastic signing, 24 years of age, 23 years of age, and he's going to be there for years. So very, very good signing.
And again, another guy who benefited from an injury. Like Moreno got injured, and it was like, okay, Robertson is definitely going to be in this spot for a while. And so again, another situation where unfortunately it came from an injury, but it worked out better for Liverpool. So I'm happy. Now, an area of the pitch that looks like it's going to be much thorough or stronger this season coming up, which I'm happy about. And another place I think really just hasn't really been the greatest as far as just places on the pitch for our team. We talked about the defense for a while, DM, things of that nature. So let's start with our captain, Henderson. What would you give him?
Hendo, what's that? Hendo, I'd probably give him a 6 because first half of the season he wasn't very good. And then the second half of the season, especially in the Champions League run, he stepped it up. So I'd probably give him a 6. And defensively, he's been okay. Sorry, going forward and these passes and all this stuff, he's been okay. But defensively, he hasn't offered that protection to the back four. So I'd probably give him a 6. And that's why we need to bring in like a midfielder for Fabinho.
Yeah, and another thing that it just kills me with some Liverpool supporters are, saying things of, if he wins out the bet. Listen, for everything that Henderson is, he's not a 6. So there's no conversation about if he wins the battle.
The thing is, he's an 8. He's an 8, but the heel problem doesn't allow him because he hasn't got the energy and all that stuff anymore to do what he did in the 13-14 season.
Yeah, he's not a 6, and so. Yeah. To me, there's no unless Fabinho comes in as a total brick and just we find out he's not right. That's what I'm saying. So why was anybody even talking about this? Before preseason, he's not going to World Cup. I mean, him and Keita are definitely penciled in. There's no no one's taking their spot now. Rotation, sure. Injury, obviously, but to go into the season without Keita and Fabinho, I'd be really surprised. Again, another player that people want to make something about him that he's not. He's Henderson. He does some good things, but most of the time he's just kind of a passenger. He's not really doing anything. For me anyway.
He doesn't unlock the defense. He just passes side to side. He's just playing, isn't he? He's just a playing midfielder. But in the Champions League games, in the later run, I mean, I got to give it to him. He's been really good. So
no question. But
not good enough for us to unlock those teams that sit back and defend because he's not that sort of player. So
it hurts me to do this because while he was with our team, he was my favorite player. I got to get rid of an actual T-shirt that I had. But Emery Chan, I'm going to skip over Emery Chan. We're going to go right to Genie Wijnaldum. What are your thoughts on Genie Wijnaldum this season? What would you grade him?
Genie Wijnaldum, I'd probably give him a 6.
Okay.
Maybe I'm being a bit harsh. 7.
No, yeah, I think six. I think 6, 7 is good. I think that
6,
area is
yeah.
good. Probably 6.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
I thought I was being a bit harsh. No, I'd probably give him a 6. I thought, yeah,
Yeah,
6.
no, I like
I
Genie,
like
but
I like you. I mean,
I
I've
can't
got
rate them. I can't rate players on what I like him or not. He just wasn't that
yeah.
good this season.
No, he wasn't that good. But I just don't know. Firstly, when he first came in, he had that energy, didn't he? And then he was scoring goals. But when he does play in that high position, we saw against in the first day against Roma, he offers that, runs in behind, and that's what I like about Gene. That's why I think Klopp should give him more of a free role, so he can just, kind of a free roam, so he can just play himself. You know what I mean? But 6 out of 10, that's fair for me.
Yeah. Liz says I agree with the 6 and a 9 for his smile. He's 100 for a smile, but
100 for smile.
unfortunately that doesn't do anything on the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think listen, I like Genie, but again, he's another player that for me goes to the bench. And someone just brought up that I know he was a winger. Yeah, he played definitely more attacking at Newcastle.
I like him. He's a good squad.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He's one of those players that are fantastic to have in your squad.
Yeah, someone says he played better or performed really well in the deeper role. He did do good in the deeper role at times.
Yeah, he was good, but I like him in the more forward role.
Yeah, and I feel like it would have been nice if we can get kind of. I mean, I think he's been playing for so long under Klopp in a role that's not familiar with him. To him, he hasn't really been playing an attacking winger. But if we had that Newcastle Genie in the Champions League, maybe instead of Lalana, it's just. Anyway, I like Genie, of course, but yeah, someone says never been a big fan of Hendo. Yeah, sometimes he steps up and performs beyond expectations. He's the kind of player that plays well. Yeah, all right. So moving on, Genie, and then we're gonna go to Ox. I mean, to me, he's been another revelation. Waited his turn. Really shocked a lot of people. I mean, football is just so harsh, man. To lose him like that in a game.
Yeah, I feel really sorry for Ox.
I keep saying this. Real Madrid didn't really face the team that got to the final. Not to make excuses, but I mean, we had so many integral parts of that team that would just
they injured
so many, but yeah,
they injured our best player. They injured one of our probably most dynamic midfielders in the middle. Yeah, 2 of very, very important players they injured, basically. Very, very important. And they had the full squad. They deliberately injured our best player. Very unfortunate for us. I mean, even if we had Salah, I still think we would have won the game. If Karius didn't make the mistakes and we had Salah on the pitch, for me, in my opinion, we would have won the game. But
yeah.
I mean, Oxley's done fantastic, especially in that role with Salah, Firmino, Mane. He had that confidence because I mean, against Bournemouth actually, he had that confidence. He just kept shooting. Yeah, he has that belief that Klopp's given him. He had so many shots on goal as well. Klopp's given him that confidence to do what he wants. He's kind of just playing football freely without any kind of. I say obviously tactics. Obviously he's playing with tactics, but it's kind of just like a free roam. Go out there and express yourself. That's what Klopp's given him. So he'll be back in November, and he'll be back to obviously challenge other players for a position in the team because I love Ox.
Yeah, Liz says I think Ox will thrive in the new season when he comes back from injury.
Yeah.
But see, my thing with that is they say November, but you got to remember he has no preseason. So is he really gonna? I'm not gonna come back to maybe like December.
It'll be until he plays the full 90 minutes. That's what I said as well. Until the first time he might come back in December, November to play a few minutes, but he won't be fit enough to play a full 90 minutes, will he?
Yeah, you know how Klopp is anyway. Most coaches should be like that. He's not gonna want to throw him back in, and then. How good is he going to be after that? That's a serious injury. But yeah, knock on wood, Ox is back because that's a big plus for us going into the new season. Where we got Milner, I'm a guy who I don't know, he just rolled back the years, man. Leeds United style, just really pulled back the years and was doing some things that Leeds United. Did he play for Leeds?
Yeah, Leeds.
Okay, cool. He was doing some things that just really blew my mind. Now you can see Champions League, he definitely was out of gas and With one thing I want to say with Milner, not to be harsh, is that when he's on it, things really go off well. He's doing really good, but when he's not, it looks really clumsy and heavy and slow and just really bad. So that sounds harsh. Yeah. No, I thought he was amazing. I mean, to get the assist he had in the Champions League and to be where he was at. I mean, honestly, honestly, in the Champions League, I felt like if we could keep our heads, we could have tried more to do. get goals from set pieces, corners. But after that one corner he put in, and Lovren assisted to Mane, every other corner was just dog shit, to be honest. So
yeah, I think we were targeting the goalkeeper, weren't we? And then we had that corner, we had success, and then we went back to what wasn't working for us. But on Milner, very very happy with him. I didn't think that he was going to get the same minutes as he did last year, but centre midfield experience, what you need in a player, has everything you need, and then I've been very happy with him. And again next year, I say he won't get the same minutes, but you never know because he's still got the energy, he's still got the he's still got the mentality, he's still got the hunger to play, and he's a very very good squad player again to play to have next season for us.
Yeah, no, I think Milner you definitely got to keep.
Yeah,
if it was between him and Henderson,
yes,
I'm not gonna go there. Midfield is done, I think. I'm not gonna talk about Lallana.
Front three,
4-3. Let's go with Mane. We'll save Salah for last. Mane,
incredible. I think another fantastic season. People say, "Oh, last year's better. He scored 20 goals a season, got double figures in assists. He's been incredible again, and he's going to get even better next year." Obviously had that tough patch with when Coutinho left. No, sorry, with Coutinho, and then Coutinho left for a month, and then wasn't playing very well, was he? But he's come in again. Had that hat-trick against Porto, then the real Sadio Mane came back to life again. Another fantastic player for Liverpool, and he's going to be a big part if we're going to challenge for the title next year.
Yeah, I agree, and again, he's a player that for some reason was dividing opinion at one point in the season, which is a shame to me. I'm gonna say this: it might be an unpopular opinion. To me, Mane's a better player than Salah. He didn't get the goals, I get it, and Salah had an amazing season, but just technically, and what he does, what he did for this team, kind of playing in that Coutinho-esque role, dropping deeper, trying to facilitate, be creative.
It's been that role and what he's played in is very difficult for him, and it's been taken granted for fans.
Yeah, and look, we're no better fans for saying it, but I'm just saying you got to really look at the totality of players and their development and what they've been asked to do in a team. You can't just say, okay, first of all, Mane was shifted from the right to the left. That's one issue.
Yeah.
Now, the best players in the world should be the best players in the world should be able to take that and just say, okay, look, I'm still in the team, and he did that, but he also had to play that more. So anyway, yeah, I think Mane is a better player. And so, yeah, I'm giving Mane 9 this season. I thought he was really, really good. Champions League, you could say arguably he was our best attacking player. Not even arguably, he was. So, yeah, I think Mane was amazing this season and made that continue. Firmino.
Probably my favorite Liverpool player because I love him so much. He's such a good player. He's changed the. Sorry.
It's okay. You all right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you still with me? Sounds like you're going in and out. I'll keep talking though. I don't know if they're picking you up on the live stream, but I'll just keep talking. Firmino is amazing, and he's very key to what we do, as a team going forward. There's not many forwards that are doing that in the Premier League, in the world, really. The kind of things that he does with kind of opening things up for Mane and Salah is really, really essential. And again, he's proven this is the second season in a row. He's proven really, really important to what we do. And you can't imagine a front three without Firmino. People talk about bringing in strikers, backup strikers, people to rival him, but the guy doesn't get tired, it seems. He goes throughout seasons, and he's just one of those guys that you got to drag him out of the gym. He seems like a gym rat. He just always wants to be on the pitch, practicing on things, moves, set pieces, goal-taking chances, defense, whatever it is. He's just really hungry to continue to prove his game and continue to be well for Liverpool. And that you want to see. The no-look signing, extension of his contract, I think it was. He's just an amazing player, man. And he offers that flair, and he's just a fun guy to watch. And a lot of times I think people watch him just to see his celebration. I know my wife was saying, I hope he scores in the Champions League because I want to see his celebration. So, no, Firmino's been amazing. And for Roy, you still there, man? It's really weird. Anyway, Salah, of course, saved the you could say arguably the best for last. Salah's been amazing this year. We all know it. Got the goals, all different types of goals as well. And obviously it's really nice to get a player for that price. And not many people knowing how he was going to do. We you would have been attracting him, and you could see how he did with Chelsea. And then I always say it, but to me, it was a Fiorentina move that really showed me what he can do. And I remember saying this one game he just broke through the whole defense. It scored a goal from beyond midfield. He just broke through everybody and scored a goal. And I said, you know what? If Liverpool can get that kind of pace, that kind of player, we could really be doing something. Fast forward, actually getting him, it's amazing. It's amazing. And so he's been really good, and may that continue, of course. Um, I'd probably give Salah a 9 as well. That wraps it up for the players. For me, I want to talk about the manager. And overall, I think uh, a lot needs to be said for what Klopp continues to do with this team. Sure, there's some frustrating things. We talked about it earlier in the pod about certain players that he tends to stick with frustratingly too long. Lovren, Karius, Alberto Moreno, to name a few, probably the only to name. But could probably say Mignolet to a degree until he finally gave up on Mignolet. But by and large, getting us to another top four. I know it was, scrappy, and we barely got it. You could say at the end, unnecessarily fighting like that. I think a lot of that had to do with just our status in the Champions League, and that really kind of corrupted or almost corrupted our top four form, and stamping that place in the Champions League next season. But we did it, and so for that, you got to commend them. And again, doing things with a team that, listen, on paper we got some good players, but collectively we aren't always at it, and we're not a team that a lot of people would look at and say, oh wow, this is a European power. But Klopp is the right guy, I think. And as frustrating as it is that he sticks with these players and maybe a few other things that he does that you don't like, overall, I can never see myself being a Klopp out guy. So Klopp, I'm going to give a strong 7.5. That probably seems harsh, but I give Klopp an 8. I give Klopp an 8. Klopp an 8. He's had to do it a lot. His right hand man leaving him, players getting injured, a goalkeeper just having a mind fuck in the final. So I give Klopp an 8. And then, once again, him and Edwards right back to it, 2 days after the final, going out and get Fabinho, and you got to believe some other ones will come in. So that's been our just review on the season. Um, his objective for next year. Yeah, that'd be interesting to see, my man. It's hard to really tell. I think Klopp and Liverpool are going to do some amazing things this summer. We're going to see. Um, it's been people on social media demanding that we make the move for Fekir. Look, we're either going to make the move or we're not. I feel like if we get the keeper, if we get the goalkeeper, we may not get Fekir. That's just a feeling I have. I hope I'm wrong, but I just feel like if we spend that money for if we get lucky and we get Oblak, um, then I just don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to get Fekir and some of these other players. I think the money's there. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. I don't want to speak any negativity into existence, but I'm just not too sure about that. See if we can grab for Roy back here. Bear with me 1 second. Seems like he just kind of fell off here. See if we can get him back on to finish out the pod. But yeah, in finishing, it's been a good season. It's been a good season. It's I go back and forth on if it's successful in a way because again, it's back-to-back Champions Leagues. So that's good. You got to be proud about that, no matter how we did it. The run in the Champions League, which is a beautiful thing to see. Really proud of the team. But I think, as we spoke on and for Roy's pod, that next season we have to make a league run for the title. We have to, and I think we're putting players in place and constructing a team in place to be able to do that. It's up to the players and the manager and everybody involved to make it happen. That's just really what it comes down to. So hopefully we can do that, and hopefully there's more signings to look forward to. The World Cup worries me because I think it's going to be tough to get all your signings before the World Cup, but particular players, how well they do is really going to have an effect. It looks like the Leon side is really playing hardball. If you believe the rumors and the links of us with Fekir, it looks like Fekir really wants to leave. But there's power and there's player power, but you can see it even in situations like Fabinho and Keita. They both wanted to leave. Virgil van Dijk wanted to leave earlier than when he left. So they say the players have power and their representation and things of that nature. But there's times where these owners and or presidents can be really really difficult with getting these moves off. So listen, guys, we got to be patient. We got to be patient. Be happy we got Fabinho that came out of nowhere, and hopefully our business continues to be that way. Kind of quiet, kind of under the radar, underground, unknown. If we can get all of our transfers like that for the rest of the players we get, I wouldn't mind. I would not mind at all. I mean, we're never going to get everyone that we want. So if you can do it that way, though, especially doing it where other teams in the league wanted them. Arsenal allegedly tried to get him at last minute. Marino wanted him at some point. He was allegedly supposed to be the Pogba unleasher. You know, having him with Pogba was going to free up Pogba, much like it did with Bakayoko at Monaco. So to get a player that Man United wanted, sure their fans will say they really didn't. Mourinho probably will come out and say they really, and maybe they didn't up until this last minute. But it looked like we had our eye on Fabinho for a long time. So to actually do it was really, really, really good. Luca, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, I'm excited too. Mame says Leon wants to wait after World Cup for Fekir because they believe his price will rise. Well, it's definitely going to rise. It's definitely going to rise. I mean, you saw in the game, and I know it's just like a friendly. I think they played Ireland, I believe. Had a really good game, not just because he scored, but just his placements on free kicks are amazing. Someone said earlier in the comments that he'll be our new set piece taker, and I believe that. I believe that. I mean, I think he has the potential to be even better than Coutinho was at set pieces from us, especially from corners. We need a guy who can consistently put good balls in. Milner did his best. Salah did a few. I don't know who else. While Coutinho was there, he did them mostly. But Milner and Salah just aren't the answer. I'm sorry. I mean, I think Salah's probably slightly better than Milner, but we need a guy who can actually do that. It can do it with consistency, and Fekir is one of those guys who can score himself like Coutinho and or put in really good service for teammates. So the Fekir thing is definitely spicy, man. That's one that we get Fekir and we're almost there. We get Fekir, obviously a goalkeeper and center back. I said it earlier in the comments that if we don't get a keeper, like Oblak or Allison or I don't know who else has been linked. I think the backup for Barcelona. I don't really rate him too much, but I don't want a sideways move or a backwards move. I don't want to get Butland just because we couldn't get, one of those other guys. Because to me, Butland isn't really that far. There's no real difference between him and Karius to me, or him and Mignolet for that matter. So we get a keeper. We need to get a keeper who's going to be there for a long time. Oblak and Allison are both really young, so we can have those guys. That's why I say, even though it'll be expensive, it'll be money well spent because that could be a difference in a title. I think it's much like United. Yes, they haven't won a title in some time, but De Gea alone gets them 10, 15 points a game, a season. I mean, literally, that's not even an exaggeration. He gets them at least 10 to 15 points, if not more, just being De Gea, stopping shots. You go up 1-0, you might be to see that out 2-0 or see it out 1-0 or 3-0 because of De Gea making big time stops. He does it against Liverpool all the time. So having a good keeper is really, really important, and it really is going to shore up our spine and the spine of the team. The defensive structure of the team is going to be good right away. And so you get a keeper, and then you have Fabinho there sitting right there in front of the back four. I would still be disappointed not getting a center back, but you can kind of see them not doing it. And then you go get a Dembele or a Pulisic. No one's really talking about Quincy Promes. I like him, Dutch player, really, really fast pace. I think he's good. Bailey. There's a lot of guys you can get out there, and we've got to grab them. We got to grab them. So I'm looking forward to it. Steve, ain't been a while, man. How you doing? Says a lot with all the talent France have. Griezmann. Yeah. It's interesting, man, because people will call that a farmers league or whatever, but and maybe it is. And I mean, PSG can win it every year. Monaco, the odd year. Marseille might get it the odd year. Lyon, whatever. But it's really a one-team league. PSG is in place financially, resourcefully, just to win that league every single season, much like the Bundesliga. So they got a lot of players coming out of there. N'Golo Kante, Riyad Mahrez. They got guys who come out. I mean, those guys came out of the lower division, I believe. So they got dudes that are really hungry. And if they're allowed a chance at a club under a manager who believes in them, that backs them, then it's amazing what they can do. So much to look forward to, guys. Just wanted to come back with a review on the season, players, player by player. If we left anybody out, if you got any opinions, leave them in the comment section after the video. And thank you everybody for being here. We got up to about 11 today. Didn't really expect that to happen. It's always nice if we can get ANFIELDROAR on or Jams or anybody else that does collaborations with us. So much love to everybody. We'll be back from time to time, of course, about transfers. not gonna be doing any World Cup stuff. I'm really not. I mean, not any like daily, day to day after every game. I'm obviously going for all the African teams. Could care less about any other team. So let's say Senegal goes deep, or Egypt or Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia's in it. One of those teams, then I'll come on. But other than that, won't be doing much. I might have something special this weekend. Again, not specifically talking about Liverpool, but just some kind of off the field issues concerning Raheem Sterling, amongst others. So thanks, you guys, again, and we will see you all sooner than later, hopefully.